Okay, guys, first things first. Alan G won a DVD the other night in the 1,000 subscribers drawing live stream, and he asked me to sign it. So let's get that done for you, Alan G. Okay, we are starting a little backwards today. We are going to do the delicious, snacky food type, whatever low carb eating stuff for breakfast here because I am starving to death. My kitchen's a mess and I can't stand it, but I'm so hungry, so I'm going to make these right now. What we're making this morning is low carb waffles. Yes, waffles, and believe it, there is no bread involved. This is what we need: basket of eggs, cream cheese, and butter. Real butter. We also need the food processor, which I have this mini one my sister bought me for Christmas, and a Belgian waffle maker, which my sister also bought me for Christmas. Okay, let's get this thing plugged in and warmed up. Okay, so for every waffle, we're going to use 2 eggs and 2 ounces of the cream cheese. And you can see on the cream cheese, it's marked where the ounces are. The butter, we're going to put on top of it when it's done. We can't use syrup because obviously this is low carb. That's nothing but sugar. So we're going to use this Kerrygold pure Irish butter. Delicious. I keep mine in the fridge, so it's always a solid rock. So what I have to do is take a butter knife and just slice it in real thin slices really slow so I can just place it on top of the waffles when they're done. Oh, they're going to be so good. Now, some people like those big chunks of cream cheese in there. I try to run it long enough where it blends it all perfectly. I got a little chunk in there, so I will taste that chunk of cream cheese, but that's okay because cream cheese is delicious. Okay, so while we're waiting for those to cook up there, we'll talk about the movie we're going to watch tonight. And I say movie because this one's a pretty long one. We're taking it back to the old school. It. Now, this is the original Stephen King It on VHS, have you? That was a series on TV. You know, this year they came out with a new movie, which was pretty awesome. I've seen it. It is bad. I actually saw it the very first show, the very first day. Totally awesome movie. But this is one we're going to watch tonight. It is almost 4 hours long, so we're probably just going to keep it to this one. Obviously, it's about a killer clown. If I have time, I'm going to pop in this one, which is also VHS. 1954, Them. It's about mutated ants. Giant radiation mutated ants. I don't recall if I've ever seen this before, but it sounds cool. So that's what we're going to watch tonight. Okay, waffles are done. I am going to go munch on these things and then we'll get our day started. And you know, as I think about it, you guys tell me, have I made these waffles in these vlogs before? I may have because they're so delicious. But look at this, they look just like regular bread waffles. And really, they taste pretty dang close to it too. I had to drop some things off at the post office. We gotta hit Walmart quick. I think I'm gonna hit the Goodwill over here, see if I can find anything for eBay. And then we're gonna get back home. And today we're gonna work on preparing the treats for the kids for trick-or-treats. I have a bunch of little things, not candy, but like little toys and things that I'm going to attach a YouTube business card to each one. And that's what the kids will be getting, fidget spinners and things like that. So that's what we're gonna do when we get home here. I don't know crap about football, but I do remember in this movie at one point they said the Chicken Little flea flicker. So every time I watch football with my kids, I always say, man, they ought to do the Chicken Little flea flicker. Well, that turned out to be a pretty decent trip. I didn't think I was going to find anything, and then at the last minute they brought out another cart. If you ever go into Goodwill shopping for things for resale, always hit those carts first. Because what they do is after they bring them out, then the people on the floor putting them away find things on there that they think are worth more money, and they will take off the price tag, put on a new one that's higher, and stick it in the display case up front. So what I got was 2 of these. They're wall sconces, and they're like a, I don't know if they're necessarily brass or copper or what they are, you know, they feel like aluminum. But they were $5 a piece, and I can sell these for probably $100 for the pair. And the other cool thing I got was only $6. A Nishiki camera in the case. The case itself is probably $30–40. So here's what the camera looks like. It's a quad lens. Of course, I don't really have any way to test it, but I can put it on there as untested, and I'll bet you I'll still get like $80. Then in my area, Goodwill has a thing where you give them a card. It's called Good Points, and every $100 you spend, they give you $5 off your next purchase. So it just so happened that I got up to my $5 off. So they took off the $5, and my total ended up being like $12.04. So from that $12, I should make close to $200. This is pretty cool. I've seen these shows on like HGTV or whatever, where these people buy these little barns and they redo them. They make them like a mini house. And they always look so small. But actually being in one here, these are pretty big. I mean, I could see putting like a queen size mattress up there. You'd have to extend it out a little bit more, put a little railing up there. Little kitchen over here, you know, a bathroom, living room on the other side here with your setup to work on the computer or whatever. I'm not saying I'd want to live in here with a family. That would be a little crunched. But if you did it for yourself, I could see it working. It would be pretty cool. And it would be at the fraction of the cost of a regular house. Pretty cool. This one is actually a little bit smaller than I expected it to be on the inside, but it still looks cool on the outside. I love the shape of this one. And you got that little cove back in there. And the front porch out front. That's pretty cool. Same with this one back here. Little porch on the front. That's pretty cool. Let's go inside a minute. Little hidey hole up there. No. Here is the hidey hole. I mean, that would be cool. That'd be good for storage up there. Yeah, I think this one is definitely my favorite because of the front porch and the hidey hole. I mean, if I'm reading that right, it's like $7,000. That would be so cool. Those little barns were really cool. I could totally see buying one of those, a little plot of land, and just completely redoing it as a mini house. And like I said, I can't see living in there with like a whole family. You know, people on these shows, they got their whole family and dogs and all that. No way. But if you were going to live there alone or with one other person, I could see it being really cool. Really comfy little space there, like a log cabin. And it's funny because the reason I actually pulled in there is because that whole setup is in the parking lot of an abandoned Apple's grocery store. And I wanted to film it, but that business out front was open. And I didn't want to be poking around looking in windows and stuff with those people walking around. So we'll do that another time. Let's go home and prepare these tricks or treats. It is 8 o'clock. I am so tired. Look at these eyes. I am so tired right now because I did not take my hydroxy cut today. I don't usually go to bed until about 2 o'clock in the morning, but I'm about to do something really stupid because I've got to wake up. I'm going to take my hydroxy cut. 8 o'clock at night. I am going to regret this about 4 o'clock in the morning. Diet cream soda. About 20 minutes I'll be bouncing off the walls. 4 o'clock in the morning I'll be bouncing off the walls. Okay, so I feel a little bit better now, so I can get started on this. What we're going to do is prepare the treats for the trick-or-treaters. All my business cards here, 800 cards or something, but I also have a ton of little toys. Like, these are all fidget spinners right here. And I tried to get a good variety, different colors, and we got green, pink, there's a red one with stripes. Fidget spinners were hot for a little while there, and now they're not. But then we also have a giant bag of things like these ice cream shaped bracelets, charm necklaces. What do we got? Ballet, Florida. Here's bikes. I mean, these things are not the in toys by far anymore. But it's Halloween, they're cool treats instead of giving candy out. And I got them sitting here, so why not? What I am gonna do is take my business cards. We got this one and this one. That one's really appropriate for kids. And I'm going to attach them to each of these. Maybe we'll get some new watchers. Okay, so I'm rethinking the strategy here. I was going to tape a card onto each of the little treats, but I think what I will do is just drop a loose card in their bag or whatever they're using along with a treat. Because this way, when they go home and they just dump out their whole bag, the card will be in there loose and they will pick it up to see what it is. If it's attached to the package, they might just ignore it, rip open the package, and get the stuff that's inside. Let's just pack this up and we'll come back to the treats thing later. Since this didn't really work out right now. I got a bunch of pumpkins over there, little ones, and I've been wanting to carve one, paint and carve one like Jack Skellington. So let's do that. That'll be fun. That'll be really cool. I've been looking forward to doing that. We'll give that a few minutes to dry, and then we'll go in and carve it and Jack Skellington it up. He's not the greatest Jack Skellington ever, but let's light him up and see how he looks.